Megyn Kelly might be more of a Dem than the Democrats themselves.
Donald Trump, who, when a reporter asked him at a presidential debate in 2015 about some of the language he used, responded by saying, "What I say is what I say. And if you don't like it, too bad." That was more than just a quick comeback. That was a reminder of what America is. In America, we have the right of free speech. We have the right to offend, to provoke, to annoy, and to stand up for what we believe in, even if you find it controversial. We are reminded of that daily by President Trump, who would never bow to the woke mob.
Now, as you can imagine, that post did not go over well with the Iranians or with many Americans. I mean, I don't know about you, but I am sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. Can't he just behave like a normal human? I mean, honestly, like the president, 3D chess, shut up. Fucking shut up about that shit.
But he's going to need all of you every step of the way. We're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to steel our spines. Do not bend. Never bow. What I say is what I say.
He's got to say this? He can't be a dignified, strong leader? This is completely irresponsible and disgusting. This is wrong. It's wrong.
What I say is what I say. And if you don't like it, too bad.
This is the second one. And this is a much, much bigger and more serious betrayal of what he ran on and of what was important to his base, which does include the America Firsters and not just MAGA. Or as Marjorie Taylor Greene has been saying, at this point, she's not America First, she's America only. And I think a lot of us are getting to that point. We are sick of being the policemen of the world, of being dragged into conflict after conflict by Bibi Netanyahu, by Israel, who's supposed to be our special ally. But in what they're special at is getting us to fight their wars and get involved in their conflicts that they can't fight by themselves. That's what Dan came. If you saw, I don't bring my personal drama onto the show that often, but he came out and said, I'm not MAGA, and that Tucker's not MAGA. And he's right. I'm not MAGA. I've never been MAGA. As you know, I've described myself as MAGA adjacent, that I speak fluent MAGA. I understand what's important to MAGA, but I'm an independent and I'm a journalist first. And I don't really get sucked into partisan labels. I don't want anyone's jersey on my front.
Megyn Kelly has completely lost the support of real Trump supporters, and it's never coming back. And she knows it. Look for her to go full-blown, over-the-top, never-Trumper with Candace Owens level conspiracy theories to try and build up a different audience. And the internet is kindly requesting, Megyn, just shut the fuck up already. Comments and posts coming across my feed say, you've completed the terminal devolution from razor-witted inquisitor into a full-spectrum pathological divider. A malignant architect whose every calibrated utterance now functions as psychological shrapnel, designed not to illuminate, but to eviscerate what little remains of American cohesion. This latest exercise in performative hand-wringing, brandishing your precious pew poll like a trophy of supposed clairvoyance while tut-tutting those who dared name the anti-Semitic creep for what it is, isn't journalism. It's not prophecy. It's opportunistic venom distilled from the purest narcissistic pathology. The insider who once policed the discourse with accusations of neo-Nazism and blood libel now postures as the wounded Cassandra lamenting the very generational and partisan fracture she helped midwife and sustain. It's textbook Megyn, classic projection wrapped in designer contempt. The dopamine circuitry of outrage addiction has rewired you completely. You understand the machinery intimately, the way fear and moral hazard and graphic asymmetry can erode unconditional fealty among the young, left and right alike. They aren't suddenly anti-Semitic. They're displaying a rudimentary immune response to perpetual entanglement to costs externalized onto the American body while sacred cows demand immunity. But the truth threatens your relevance economy, so you weaponize the data instead, slicing deeper into the nation's psychic wounds with lethal precision and feigns solemnity. Malignant narcissism in journalistic drag, the divider decrying division, the arsonist selling fire insurance. You don't expose, you accelerate. You don't warn, you profit from the unraveling. Spare us the lectures, you elegant merchant of discord. Your ego is not worth the social fabric you're gleefully shredding for clicks and contrarian cachet. History won't record you as truth's defender. It will mark you as another sophisticated accelerant in the bonfire of what's left of the republic. So why don't you just sit the fuck down already? And this aged like fine wine.
I was a prosecutor in Oakland for 7 years, and where justice was warranted and mercy was warranted, I showed it. And where a stiff punishment was warranted because somebody got hurt, I saw it. And I will not be a governor that tolerates violence against women in our state. Period. That's not going to happen.
Clandestine makes a great point. And the biggest thing to take away from the Swalwell story is not that he's a creep and alleged sexual predator. It's that the Democrat Party and their lapdog media knew this the entire time and only revealed it when it became beneficial for them. They don't actually care.
Senator, I do want to ask about allegations of against one of your fellow Democrats, Eric Swalwell, allegations of rape and sexual misconduct. He denies these allegations as false, say they never happened. You are a leader in your party. Do you think he should resign from Congress or face expulsion?
Dana, I have seen the reports. I think I've met Mr. Swalwell once or twice. I want to hear his side of the story, but obviously, if any of these allegations are true, he should no longer be a candidate, at least candidate for governor. But again, I don't know any of the facts, and I'm a little old-fashioned. I feel like I ought to hear the facts before I start weighing in.
So rape is bad, but not resign bad? Got it. As always, help me out in any way you can as we fight the dreaded YouTube algorithm. Every like and each new subscriber really does help out a lot. And it allows me to keep coming back with more news and better stories, unfolding and exposing the truth. For instance, like how the only hypocrite, perhaps bigger than Swalwell and Megyn Kelly at the moment, and the Democrats right now, would be, in fact, Canadian PM Mark Carney, whom's wife lives in the U.S. Their 4 kids live and study in the U.S. Roughly 91% of his portfolio and wealth is held in the U.S., also has a home in the U.S., and previously once chaired at Brookfield, who has moved their headquarters to the U.S. Yet he tells Canadians this.
I feel that strength. I feel that strength in this room. I feel that strength. I feel that strength. As Diana mentioned, we feel that strength across this great country. At this decisive moment, Canadians are demonstrating just how strong we are. You know, it started quietly. People choosing a wine from the Okanagan over one from California. Anyone had any bourbon recently? No, I think so, no. Sorry. A family planning a vacation to Prince Edward Island instead of booking flights to Florida.
Flock to our state and investment to Florida surge. We continue to set tourism records. 2024 saw more than 142 million visitors come to the state of Florida. This includes 3.3 million visitors from Canada. That's not much of a boycott in my book. Maybe they wanted to get a glimpse of what a Stanley Cup winning hockey team actually looks like.
Canadians are rediscovering our country. The Cabot Trail in October. The Columbia Icefield in June. The Festival International de Jazz à Montréal.
The Montreal International Jazz Festival in July.
The prairies at harvest where the sky goes on forever. You know, Canada's tourism sector had a record-breaking summer, 50,000 more train rides, 13% more visits to our national parks, 15% more visits to our national museums. Small individual acts of solidarity, but repeated millions of times. And together, they make a statement. We are the masters of our destiny.
Do you see the contradiction? And Americans can depend on Chapter. For instance, just like how Douglas Williams has pointed out here in this comment he left me on one of my other videos, and he said, look at Chapter. They put Americans first, but the Democrats put illegals first over DHS. They are demonic, sick, and have no soul. I'm starting to think they have Nephilim blood in their veins. They had no souls. And although it did get a little dark there towards the end, I think you all agree, or would agree, or at least get the gist of what he's trying to say. And did you know that on average, subscribers of mine have left dozens of comments thrilled over the moon at the level of care provided to them, absolutely for free, after making a quick, simple, easy phone call to Chapter? Dial 270-467-2426 and find out why, on average, seniors are saving $1,100 a year and some much, much more. Again, that number is 270-467-2426. Call them now. It's free. They're not biased and only want to help you save as much as possible and help in any way they can with your improved Medicare coverage. And then make sure you come back here and leave a comment telling us all about it.
If you got the briefing I got from the FBI, you wouldn't have Swalwell on any committee. And you're going to tell me other Democrats couldn't fill that slot? He cannot get a security clearance in the private sector. So would you like to give him a government clearance? You asked me questions about Santos. You asked the questions about Swalwell. Not only was he getting a clearance, he was inside an intel committee. He had more information than the majority of all the members. Did you ever raise that issue? No, but you should have. You're going to tell me there's 200 other Democrats that couldn't fill that slot, but they kept him on it? The only way that they even knew it came forward is when they went to nominate him to the Intel Committee. And then the FBI came and told the leadership then, he's got a problem. And they kept him on. That jeopardized all of us.
Swalwell busted again. And President Trump just posted this saying how, according to a new complaint, Eric Swalwell paid an illegal Brazilian live-in nanny under the table using campaign funds. That sounds about as dumb as what AOC did. But meanwhile, the same Swalwell who screams abolish ICE and pushes open borders got caught breaking immigration and employment laws for his own family. Jimmy Kimmel had both Hunter Biden and Eric Swalwell on as guests and promoted them. But I think Katie Porter calling out Swalwell's allegations as horrifying while she's the alleged domestic abuser is peak dim hypocrisy and exactly why trust in politicians, especially on the left, is in the gutter.
Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell dropping out of the California governor's race, and now some representatives say that they would support expelling him from the House should he refuse to step down. Yeah, it's completely inappropriate. I will be filing a motion to expel Eric Swalwell. It is unacceptable for him to just index his campaign for governor in California, but still sit in the House of Representatives. It is unacceptable. And frankly, I don't think that they deserve taxpayer dollar paychecks while they're going through all this. The 45-year-old Democrat has been accused of sexual misconduct by 4 women. Allegations include one former staffer who says Swalwell sexually assaulted her on 2 occasions. Swalwell has repeatedly denied these claims. Last night, he made this announcement on X, suspending his campaign, writing, "To my family, staff, friends, and supporters, I am deeply sorry for mistakes in judgment I've made in my past. I will fight these serious false allegations that have been made, but that is my fight, not a campaign's." Now, the Department of Homeland Security is investigating another case, whether Swalwell hired a Brazilian nanny illegally. Hiring a foreign national without the proper visa would violate immigration law, and the department says that it's looking into that case.
So great news. And apparently even some Democrats are saying they'd support expelling Eric Swalwell from Congress. Probably Dems like John Fetterman at least, but I'll believe it when I see it. Meanwhile, Representative Anna Paulina Luna is about to bring the motion to expel and kick him out. But ladies and gentlemen, I am sure we all can agree this is long overdue. And folks, if you think Eric Swalwell, Megyn Kelly, and the rest of these Democrats have hit peak hypocrisy, you ain't seen nothing yet. Grab your popcorn, because while we're talking about holding these clowns accountable, head on over right now and watch my brand new video. What Zoran just did is actually illegal. This radical New York City mayor, Zoran Mamdani, just announced straight up anti-white, race-based policies that are literally illegal. And he's not even trying to hide it anymore. It's the same divisive anti-American garbage we've been exposing, but this one is next level. Here. Click it right here. I'm going to put it right there. Click this link here on your screen. It should be popping up on your screen right now, hopefully. Go smash that play button the second this video ends, and be sure to drop a comment over there and let me know what you think. And as always, if you're liking these truth bombs, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Every single one helps us beat the YouTube algorithm and keep bringing you the stories that they don't want you to see. I'll see you in the next one, and trust me, you do not want to miss this Zoran video. So go ahead. Go watch it now. Is it there? Did you click it? Try clicking it.